Push the button.
There we go.
All right.
I want to push a button. Totally go down the hole. It came back.
Triggered.
We should be streaming.
Time for anime. We don't have that. We're on.
I don't know. I'm going to confirm
Yeah,
here.
we don't have
Just
any
a second.
licensing for that one, Robbie.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Slow down, bud.
Well,
No, right now it's only to YouTube. And what we'll need to do is share the link. But doesn't look like we're live. So just bear with me a second while I try to figure out why that is.
Phenomena.
Oh, upcoming.
Do.
Phenomena. Like I said, you're gonna like this table, baby. You're gonna like this table.
It's like it's thinking about stuff. That was when I created
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it could even be RG anything to like using your feminine wiles to get ahead, or using your feminine wiles to dominate, or to be given stuff. You can top from the bottom. Yeah, right. Yeah, top from the bottom,
what I
bottom
was
from the
thinking.
top.
It sounds like.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It just you definitely have a nice collection of toys. That's the thing that it was that specifically said within. You'll get an understanding why that has to be specific.
So is that like from the room that I stayed in?
Yes, it's from the Red Room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like. Okay, no problem. It is a Windsor piece. And in fact, you've already heard you've listened to the last 3 episodes of season 1, right? I remember that being true. So that's the ending point. This is a TPK, by the way. None of you make it.
Yeah, we're all going to
Yeah,
die.
I mean, the whole point is that none of you get there. This was Windsor's A team. So when I say like make it, yeah, the guys that were supposed to save the world, the people that actually saved the world was the C team. That was his third plan. So the reason that the Red Room was red and filled with all that shit is because he had started designing the rooms for all the guys and girls that were going to save the world, where he thought his best play was.
Right.
So this is a great opportunity for me to go back in and tell an untold story within the same lore. I'll get that to you after the show because I can't remember off the top of my. The fun part is they're really not discussed. It's really more just it's oddly enough it's the one Red Room that is the one that has to hit. I'm going to thread everything else in, but
Well, we do know that there was a Nosferatu as well because I was listening to one of the episodes this morning where we were talking about the other group of vampires, and we were definitely in a room that was designed for a Nosferatu. So
yeah, but we're gonna explore all of this when we get onto stream. We just don't want to
So will I get
lose
to
the
play
content.
one of Growl's brethren?
You can know Growl if you. I mean, like the cool thing about vampirism is that you got 100 years, and that's not really just a blink of an eye. You know.
All right.
We haven't talked about Growl's backstory.
No, you
Yeah.
haven't. In fact, you could have. Well, they all die, so it can't be Growl.
Right.
Well,
Right.
unless maybe.
That's why I said one of his brethren.
I mean, dude, if you want to play Growl, I'll figure out a way to make you the only survivor.
No, I'd rather not.
You don't wanna play Growl?
You've already got Growl established. I don't think I could do that.
You don't want to play? Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we could find the origin of the alligator.
Well, I could still do that and just turn it over to Growl.
Oh, you're the
After
trainer.
I die, then
You're
Growl could
You're the.
take over.
That's great.
Look at me building character background.
Well done.
And that's all it
Dude,
takes.
don't get like shots looking over here like what the fuck? You're just saying words. None of them fit. Yeah, right.
That's it. You just
Yeah,
I'm gonna chime in, but no, I don't got
yeah, dude. Bro, like
yeah, you're exactly where I was when I started. I had no idea about any of this shit. I downloaded the books. Melinda and Robbie came over to my house to help me develop the character and everything. But yeah, I got all the books downloaded on PDF, and I'm like, okay, I'm going through this shit.
no.
I mean,
Even if he does, it wouldn't help you. I mean, like you even.
Create my last character.
I mean, Margie hadn't done any like tabletop vampire before.
Yeah, you only did the LARPing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, like that all considered. How was your actually to
Ooh,
tell you the
hey,
truth?
I got
How
2
was
years now.
Do you?
how was your first
knocked something the
experience?
right way.
Like, was it hard to pick up or?
Yeah, it went back. But the thing is, when I get 2 ears, I get a buzzing.
Yeah, there's something going on here with this stupid box.
Well, plus you
It
got
was-
all the electronics together, so it's probably picking up other power
Feedback.
signals.
Oh yeah, there's all that stuff happening. All right, it says we're streaming, but
Yeah,
I
bro.
can't find
Yeah,
where we're
don't be
streaming.
nervous. This is a safe space. Yeah. Well, also, hi. How you
How
doing?
you doing?
I don't. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. Just well,
Take a
surprising
look
no
at
one.
mine.
I don't know what I'm doing. It says it's streaming.
Yeah, we got a bad.
Yeah.
For Vampires
Is that us currently? Yeah, that's us currently.
Cool.
See, I
Live.
couldn't find that.
Can you
Oh, because it's on the Wizards and Wine page.
can you
Fine.
can you
Instead of
swat our
here.
wires one more time? We're getting that bad buzz back. Yeah,
worked.
fixed it.
Did it really?
Goes
course.
back to 1 ear, but there's no buzz.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. There you go. Well, on that note, welcome to Vampires and Vitae. We're having a little bit of a change, something really fun, something a little bit sad.
Yeah, we're on the Wizards and Wine YouTube page.
YouTube, yeah.
Not Vampires and Vitae.
Yeah, I had connected that account last week, and when I had this set up before, I had
So I'm still on hold.
no, you're good.
Oh,
We're
okay.
just
Yeah,
on the different
live.
channel.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
We're just on Wizards and Wine, not Vampires
Awesome.
and Vitae.
That works. Fine.
I mean, we can share this stream later.
I've
Yeah.
used your toothbrush before. It's okay.
It's fair.
Yeah. Right.
As long as it wasn't to clean the toilet, you're okay.
So what is happening here? Obviously, we see a new face if you're an old fan. What has happened is Tyler has a brand new job. Very happy for him. He's going to be killing it, but he needs about 2 months off of this game before he can start cycling himself in. So what this is instead of trying to write around him, trying to make a story that all of his plot lines kind of just dissolve, I figured, why not just go explore some of the stuff that we've already touched on and give you a little bit of elaboration, especially people from season 1. You're going to love this. The idea here is Windsor had an A team. He had a team that he wanted to win. He had people that he had already invested in. The people that actually saved the world, they were the C team. They were not his first choice, not even his second. This is the story of how the first team died tragically right before they got to try to save the world. And these are the people I got. We're going to start off with Melinda. Give us a little bit of background how you saved the world last time. Just wrap up that whole
What?
season. The whole season.
Yeah, right.
The entire season. I
you
want all of
kidding?
it.
Okay, well, there was 3 vampires who had nothing to do with each other. They were happily living in Las Vegas when all of a sudden these people who were spewing pheromones all over the place, which made vampires go crazy, started to invade Las Vegas. It was the first time we really saw the worm. He was a little tiny guy, and we went to where did we go from Vegas?
Russia.
Did we go from Vegas to Russia?
Yeah.
Okay, we went over to Russia. We talked to Rasputin. We had a whole thing. There was a dream sequence. I read a book for about 3 hours while everybody else was having orgies and drug fests and things like that. I was reading books with a child. That was fun for me. And then we left St. Petersburg and we went to Tokyo, correct?
Yep.
And then from Tokyo, we went to London and spent the rest of the campaign in London, right?
Well, the majority until you got to Egypt.
Yeah. Oh, right. And then we went to Egypt after that. Each stop, we kind of picked up a new NPC. So London was where we met Jake King, who was the king of werewolves at the time. And him and his pack really came in clutch a couple of times and got us out of a couple of sticky situations. There was a lot of stuff about... No, I've lost my train of thought. There was a lot of stuff about figuring out who you are and why you're doing the things that you're doing. There was a lot of underlying, stuff there. This is very eloquent. This is why I don't do recaps. basically we won at the end, thanks to two NPCs in particular. One of them was Rasputin, who we figured out was Cain, and the other would be Vol, which was a character that we picked up at Anna's secret place that she stayed when she went to London, which was underneath the Queen's Theatre.
And by one, you mean you beat the Setites.
Yes, yeah, and Set,
Well,
and
there's
sent
still
them away.
there's still a world to be pissed off about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can still be angry at your politician for not voting the way that you decided to put him in there for. So it
Yeah,
was-
but that's kind of the Cole's notes
That
of
damn ensign.
Ah, man, you should go back and I actually went back and listened to that episode last night, like trying to build all these things. Like I was like, wow, that's finding out how Liam got built. Like he stole every single piece of of Frank's son and perfectly had done it. Like it was really, really cool to go back after all this time to see how many details he picked up along the way to like create a character. Talking about creating a character. So this is the idea. The masquerade had just dropped. It has just been shattered. A big snake god has arrived over the many, many skies. It's the same god, but it's being shown in different places. That has sent the world into a chaotic spin. There's now cultists in the streets sowing dissent through this new god of Set that has arrived. The masquerade is an idea of keeping vampires and werewolves and everybody outside of the human presence. Now, if you've only listened to season 1, you really haven't worried about the breach of a masquerade. But that used to be the entirety of what vampire was really about, because it's hard to be a vampire. If, you get on the news, local news, next like, guy with fangs turns into bats, people are like, what the hell just happened? So there's a whole society around keeping the masquerade, keeping this charade going. This has broken it. This is where we're going to start off on episode 1. The snake is in the sky. People know that, at that point, that we're not alone on this world. The only other thing they could have asked maybe is aliens or something like that. I'm sure there'd be disinformation and yes, information, but the masquerade of supernatural beings have been truly and utterly outed and put out the dirty laundry. The four of you are Pentexes, which would be like a Walmart, but make it very, very, very evil. Something like an umbrella company that takes over huge military contracts, more like Samsung, actually, because Samsung makes everything from cars to tanks, so across the board. They had, yeah.
Northrop and Grumman.
Yep. Yep. They have a plan in place, what we're going to talk about now. A few moments about where it starts, because I'm going to let the table decide where you guys want us to begin. They have a protocol in place. A bunch of badass vampires that were just too tactically useful to kill. So players at home, you can think about like the Suicide Squad or the Expendables or, any of those kind of things that fit into there. It was a last-ditch effort. You guys have all been put on ice, caught separately. Maybe there were some friendships that were made. We're going to make this in character creation today. Like maybe one of you guys know each other, all very, very old vampires, powerful, a lot of fun. But like you guys all come up right at the end. Windsor is beginning his game as he starts up, you guys, and poof, you arrive and then sail through 8 episodes of The End of the World. Discuss.
so mean.
No. So within all that speaking, let's talk about some of our favorite action movies. Well, do you want to talk about starting location first?
Actually, I think that we should. I think that starting with us all, and we talked about this briefly the other night, but starting with us all in Topor, I can never say. Yes, thank you, that word. Inside of Pentex and having to fight our way out.
Yeah.
I think is a brilliant way to start it. I think it's a cold start right there.
The location is fine, but where is the location? Do you want to start in Kentucky? Do you want to start in Paris? Do you want to start in do you want to start in Prague?
Liberty.
Do you want to start? It could start in the Statue of Liberty. That's
Which
this
ties
is something
into our
to.
Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. What do you
That
think
is-
of that, Margie?
That
You like that one?
that is and then fight
Because as
through.
players, we're already familiar with that
Location.
territory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, poor Sean. He's like, Jesus Christ, this is a lot of information. All right,
Well,
so
Sean, you haven't watched, so you don't know, but the Statue of Liberty is a mirage. It's actually an illusion. It's a base for Pentex, and the actual statue doesn't really exist so much.
yeah, no one's ever gone into this. They get the pictures, so they show up and like get tagged, and then like get a picture done, and then that's completely fake, and they come home with
And then
fake
we
memories.
used the slashy thing. And,
Yeah, right. Yep. So yeah, cool. That's
Yeah.
actually a really great idea. Starting it up in the
that's it. That's all you get out of me. I get one.
okay. All right. Does everyone like that idea? That's where we'll start at the Pentex base that is already established in New York City.
Yeah, it works for me.
All right. Thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Yep. All right. The next piece is let's talk about some of our. This is going to be like kind of like an '80s action film. That's the idea because it's going to be high energy, high power. I don't have 600 episodes to develop all you guys' backstory and really focus down. So this is more going to be like archetypal because you only got 8 episodes to explore. Do you have like a favorite movies? Let's throw some things out, get some characters going, get some ideas for who this Hateful Four will be.
Hateful. I like that.
Yeah. Well, the first thing we need to do is we know that there are 2 clans that are part of the lore from season 1 who were part of the A-Team. We know we need a Nosferatu.
Yes.
And we know that we need a Toreador who is very preoccupied with all things adult relations. Can I put it that way? Very into sexy times.
Yeah,
That's all
right.
I'm trying to say.
In their head, they constantly have a Bow Chicka Wow Wow
Yeah.
soundtrack going. All right.
What are
Anybody?
you doing over there, woman?
Well, I can't hear Sean, and I know he's plugged in, but I can't.
I felt like my mic was kind of out.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm not picking you up.
Yeah,
either.
let's fix that.
I know. Just give me a second.
Is
Yeah, like a lot.
Is his cord broken at the end there?
Right. No, it's not.
No. Okay.
No, it's
it's just the sheathing.
Yeah. Just give me a second. But if you want to talk to Margie,
Sure.
because I can mute everybody but you and Margie.
Sure. Are you interested in any? You want to play something brand new? Are you interested in the Toreador? Are you interested in the Nosferatu? You want to go for the Toreador? All right. All right. All right. That is. I thought that maybe you'd say yes, but that is cool. You thinking about maybe doing it more like a detective femme fatale kind of thing? Or you? I mean, like, what are your? I know I just like threw this at you, but. Yep.
I'm not exactly sure, but I definitely want to go in with more of an idea of who my character is than I did going into season 2. Like, I knew who my character was, I knew her backstory, but I didn't know how she was.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, it does. Like,
I kind of developed that as we went, so I think it would be fun to
explore that.
prepare it more differently this time.
Sure. So I can give you the visual for the first hook because like it's kind of cool to see like where we're going to start. You now know the Statue of Liberty. You are comfortable with that spot. This will be something that is actually underneath Liam's garage at the bottom of the foot. That like this would like so like when you guys all come up, one of the first lines of grab and intrigue would be to like re-get your gear. So you guys are all waking up essentially like in skivvies. So what do you think? Like, do you think it would be classic like leather, or do you think it would be like more tactical, or would it be more like maybe she's like a plain Jane, or is it a he? Okay, all right, cool. Well, we're halfway there now, man. I mean, like that's the big question.
I'm thinking
Test. Can you hear me? There we go. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go
That's a
alt
combination.
girl. That's great.
okay, so I'm thinking that this girl has to have the style that Raoul tried to recreate on the topic.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes, with
so
the
so
little skirt
so
and all.
so 90s references with like definitely a graphic tee that's that's fun.
Badass Sailor Moon vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You you want to be like a bubblegum ninja. That's incredible. I'm digging that. Oh man, that already gave me so many good ideas. All right. All
Just
right.
like your background.
Yeah, I'm looking at Spencer's gifts right now. Like that's pretty much where like you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you have the collection. You have all of that. All right, cool. Man, that gives me a lot to work with. All right. Don't worry about a name yet. Obviously, you can come up with it within the next couple days. You have like maybe a location? Like, is she foreign? Is she American? Is she like a valley girl? I mean, that'd be terrifying. Chicago? All right. Chicago kind of feel? Like, is she hardened? Okay. Sure. Sure. Chicago? All right.
Sorry.
I don't know what that was.
That was me.
Oh, well, I sound fantastic. All right.
As
yeah.
always.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Having a hard time hearing Margie on the stream, so I got to crank this back up again. Sorry.
No, actually didn't.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, it's not your
sorry.
fault.
No,
It's,
no. After you smacked the thing, it actually works okay now.
Okay.
A little still crunchy, but we'll figure that out. Yeah. I'm feeling that. Chicago. All right. We are good. What are you thinking about, Raj?
The Nosferatu.
You're gonna. Oh wow, we get both of them done in the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. Nosferatu has no information about him. It's just that it had to be a Nosferatu to match up with the lore. Nosferatu are done in a couple different ways. They're either a very strong individual that can hold the actual pain of Cain within them, actually go through the horrible transfer.
Can I just pause for a second?
Sure.
Can we explain to Sean what a toreador actually is?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I figured I'm gonna go home and Google everything.
Yeah. Right. What is this? Yeah.
Okay, so the toreador are basically like your beautiful vampires, and each clan in vampire has a clan bane. So toreadors are often transfixed by the beauty of something. It could be a person, it could be a piece of music, it could be a piece of art, it could be architecture, whatever. But they can become easily transfixed by beauty, and they actually are hurt by the lack of beauty surrounding them. Think like Lestat.
Yeah.
And like Louis, I suppose you could
Less
you could
Louis.
argue,
Just
yeah,
named
but
the only two vampires I know.
okay, perfect. So you could argue that
we're good.
they're toreador. There's some
Hey,
argument
good
for that.
reference.
Well, they are both beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So that makes
Toreadors are very physically beautiful as well.
Yeah.
I play a Toreador in our regular campaign, and I played Leo, and he's a coder and a tech guy. He was actually, his sire is Nikola Tesla, who is still alive.
Yeah.
100 years from now,
Right.
where it takes place. And together we have developed a lot of technology and a lot of new coding and stuff like that, and have built in a lot of backdoor things to corporations that we've done work for, and they don't know about it.
Right.
So we haven't really touched on that in the game yet.
Yeah. So the beauty of like a Toreador could be like he finds beauty in code.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You know, like, that's his
like
art, you know, like-
that's my bane is I see a beautiful code or a program or something, and I can't do anything else. I have to stop and study it.
Yeah.
So like, for example, a Nosferatu. To jump off of the next one would be something that
well, think of the classic vampire movie Nosferatu.
Yeah, ugly, hideous.
Right.
Physically.
Yeah, they very much live in the shadows, usually underground. They have some of it limited abilities with like smaller animals like rats and stuff like that. When they're turned, the sire of the child is so the vampire who creates the new vampire. They choose people that they feel can bear the curse of the Nosferatu. So their clan bane is the deformity that comes from the change. And it can be done that way, but with a sire looking for the strength in somebody. But as we were talking about earlier, it can also be a sire who is punishing a beautiful person. Think like supermodel who becomes disfigured, and what that would do to a person who now has eternal nights living in this disfigurement, and what that would do to a being, I suppose, not a person.
Yeah, suddenly taking Brad Pitt, and making him look like me.
Right.
It would be horrible. He would be so devastated.
Roger, stop.
I think it'd be terrifying to wake up looking like Brad Pitt. Like, oh no, now this is part of my existence. Like, how do I deal with that?
Smallest, the world's
Then you can
smallest
keep up. We can keep on going with some of these clans. It's a good thing, especially if you're joining us here for the first time. This is actually a really good episode. We'll walk through all the clans. You have Bruja, which will be
How many
all the
clans are there?
main clans.
Altogether?
We're not.
I think there's 13 in the,
That's
the
what I
V5
was
book to
thinking.
start
right,
with.
yeah, but we'll go through the main. Brujas would be like think Sex Pistols and the Ramones punk. They're
Nine.
anti-establishment. They fight against any kind of, usually the Camarilla, which would be like the governing body of the vampiric society. They're very anti-establishment, want their own spot. Sadly enough, that comes from them used to being the leaders, and then their children just got more and more chaotic and just couldn't hold enough together. What steps in there is the Venture. That'd be like the leading class. That'd be the executives and CEOs of huge corporations.
They call them the Blue Bloods.
Yeah, right. They would be running a lot of like the external fixtures. If you have to go get a water permit, you'd be talking to a vampire. By the way, there's not a lot of vampires in the world. It's actually quite small. There's maybe 2,000, maybe 5,000 in existence. So very specialized group when it comes down to that. We can then move on to the Tremere. That'd be like the scientist of the vampire world. They deal with magic and science, kind of put together a merriment of those two. Definitely think of like Frankenstein, that kind of feel. Like,
Yeah, it's not like woo magic. It's like blood magic and ritual and that kind of stuff.
research and
Yeah.
like they're in their books, and there's a huge hierarchy there that when you bring in a new Tremere, they're going to be on the bottom, have to work their way up this horrible corporate ladder till they finally get to work on their own projects. Also, something to remember, anyone playing at home and my brand new player, you're not playing a hero. It's you're fucked the moment you're turned. Like there is God in this world, like Christian feel of it. You are damned by Cain. Like that is the curse of Cain that has been dropped all the way down. So don't worry about playing a hero. You can play as scummy as you want. You can play.
You're definitely going to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like
finally
when you
finished.
sign up,
Yeah.
you're Constantining yourself. You know what I mean? Like you can keep on trying to be better, but at the end of the day, very, very few vampires ever. They know where they're going. That's one of the drives. It's one of the fears that vampires have. The moment that you get turned, you have to accept that.
Yeah, one of the reasons that you don't want to die.
Yeah.
Because you know what's going to happen to you.
Exactly. All the other religions are in play as well. They have different aspects, but I don't think that will come into play on this particular 8-game campaign. But you can find any religion within this. In fact, I've made a whole new religion in the game currently. So
I
there's
got a question for you, Robbie.
Yeah, man.
Is there any class or clan that you don't want Sean to play?
Salubri.
Well, yeah. And what about like
No.
a caitiff?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, there's a double joke there. She's playing a Salubri. First of all, she's destroying all of my plans beautifully well. Second of all,
Turn into a 16-week campaign.
Yeah, right?
yeah. I mean, like, yeah. It's just I don't have the time to develop it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Thinking
Yeah.
about, like caitiff or something like that.
No,
I-
you
I
can
don't-
go big. Just
I didn't know
remember
if you
you.
wanted to do that
Just remember you
Well-
guys are going to go hard. This is going to be action.
because you wanted powerful, and I don't know.
You
if
can
the
go. You can
caitiff
go.
is going to be.
If you
So-
can build yourself a caitiff, you can.
Here's the thing. We're going to play old vampires. So we're going to be very, very powerful. So we're talking, so it goes by generations, right? And the lower the number of your generation, the closer to Cain you are.
All right.
Basically.
you know the story of Cain and Abel, right? ish. Yeah, right. All right. So that curse passed down to Cain, and that is the first vampire. That's why he's immortal and was cursed with forever. All God's looking to do is for him to just say, "I'm sorry" once. That's it. And the curse would end. Cain has never. Cain doesn't exist in this story, but you probably don't need to know anything about it. But you would know as a vampire that you came from Cain, and that really pushes forward the Catholic agenda there. You know what I mean? They were right about some shit. You know what I mean? There's definitely a lot of things that are wrong in the book that are talked about and blah, blah, blah. But like the Cain story is the progenitor of you.
There's always a little bit of truth in every myth.
Yeah. So
Or legend.
that's kind of the play of all of it. So the closer you are from the founding, the closer you are from the very first, the more powerful you are. You have more of his essence. Like think about it being like dissolved through water. Yeah, you got this little cool drink that you can take a couple drops in, and that's very powerful. But the more water you do, the less Kool-Aid you get.
Right. Okay. But just because we're going to be playing older vampires, I don't think Caitiff or Thin Blood is really applicable there.
No,
Yeah,
I'd agree
that's
with
why
that.
I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of opened up the floodgates for this. Be combat heavy. So like, yeah, I'll open up Samichi. I mean, like, I'll open up Sisters of Cacophony. I'll open up, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to go in a very weird way.
I don't know that stuff either, Sean. So
Yeah, right, yeah. I mean, like,
Google.
yeah, right.
he's just saying words to us.
I will veto only one, no Tremere, because it takes a while to develop a Tremere's
It really
abilities
does,
to
yeah.
be battle focused. They're super powerful, but like you need to work with your DM to make a proper Tremere. They're better as NPCs for most stories.
So, Sean, is there a character either in a movie or a TV show or comics or books that you love, that you like really are into?
Always big into Spawn. Like that.
Okay. That's a Bruja, babe.
Is that Bruja?
That's Bruja or Ventru.
Do you think? Are you sure it's not Malkavian? A little Malkavian in there? Or no? Right?
What do you think?
Maybe?
You think? Because he was destroyed?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, it's-
completely.
Yeah, no, I know the Spawn story very well. I'm just trying to figure out but before he was Spawn, he was an army guy.
Yeah, he's very military.
Yeah.
Special
Yeah, but-
forces.
Yeah.
Nosferatu could easily be special forces.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay, like with
Do
the
we want
dripping cloak,
two
two
Nosferatu?
Nosferatu, which you guys have your own. In my universe, you have your own
So-
special speak.
Your archetype could be Hunter of Monsters.
Dude, if you love Spawn,
Yeah.
there you go.
So we have our own vampires, thieves can't.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Actually, it's canon. Yeah, there's you guys can have secret messages in between the two of you, and unless you are taught by a Nosferatu, it's impossible to translate. Like no computer can break their cycle.
I like it.
Very cool. All right. Yeah. Do you want to be hidden by the armor? For example, I played a Nosferatu that his entire time he had a Comune de Arte mask on him.
Yeah.
So he never showed his face. He presented very elegant, but like his hands were covered in gloves and
Right, yeah.
Everything was
No, I'm all about. I think the mask is dope too. Yeah.
awesome. Cool. So really going on with that Spawn feel of. Oh, that's going to be interesting because when you wake up, you're not going to have it. That's going to be something cool for you to deal with.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. I'm going to get in some stuff, man. I like that. I like that a lot.
Roger, how were you going to play your Nosferatu? Do you know?
Yeah. Are you the strong or are you the
Yeah, I like the idea of the strong.
strong turned?
Yeah.
You more like intellectually strong or you more like, were you like a, like,
So, information hub. So it would be kind of playing like a hacker situation, sort of like what you're doing with Leo.
With
I don't know. Go away from
Or
that. You're
there's
doing
domain
that.
gumshoe, so you could be more of like a detective, lean that way a little bit.
I think Sam Spade, like in the night with like with a dust, not a duster, a London fog on, the classic. Yeah, see,
something like that.
Kind of Dick
Yeah.
Tracy.
And kind of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fedora pulled down
Yeah,
low
yeah,
so that way you
right.
could see the face.
very cool. I'm almost seeing pieces from.
Panama Jack.
Like a
Yep.
zoot suit.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm digging on that. Okay, cool. So, detective-y or not detective-y? Or is that an interest? Are you a follower of secrets? Are you a follower of the occult? Are you trying to get through your vein?
Because our characters are going to be so old, I mean, you could be,
A chaser of the lost secrets. That could be cool.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I could do something like that.
imagine being a gumshoe in like the turn of Greece. Yeah,
Through-
right. Yeah,
To current times.
yeah.
Because this campaign, this small bit that we're doing, that takes place now, right?
Yeah, this
Basically.
takes a modern day. It's like tomorrow if we all walked out. Giant snake. What the fuck? Here are vampires, zombies, werewolves. You know what I mean? Magic users happening around. The masquerade that has been filled for all this time up until this moment has shattered the day that you guys get brought back. You guys were all individually captured by Pentex to be used as weapons later.
The hunters.
Yeah.
So no Tremere. I've already done
Yeah,
Tremere
no
anyway.
Tremere.
I don't know that I'll ever be able to play another Tremere,
Yeah, well, you killed it, so
to be honest. Took a long time to get through, though.
kind of hard to beat being Rasputin's daughter.
Gangrel? Do I want to go Gangrel?
You're going to have, I can say ahead of time, the first, you're going to have a Justicar with you to be your lead NPC, and that will be a Gangrel, so that will be a connection. Gangrels do hang out together. They're communal.
I mean, I know that they're not in the original, but there was that free PDF that they released, and there's Ravnos in that one.
You want to play a Ravenos? Bro, it's one of my favorites. Go for it. We can get an old. We haven't had we've only had one Ravenos in the entire 2 seasons, and he was an NPC. So
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to put down Ravnos, but I'm not completely tied to it yet.
want to go? If you're gonna go Ravenos, you can trickster thief. Is that kind of the idea?
I don't know yet. I've got to.
I could use a thief. I could use a.
I have to look at the book to really kind of define all of that.
All right, so now let's start looking at as she's looking. So Margie, you're probably going to be the face.
You're the face of the party, ma'am.
Right.
Right. So
I'm going through in my head like how I'm gonna play this with the characters for sure.
because you got 2 Nosferatu, so it's gonna. I mean, like you got 2 fugly individuals behind you. I mean, like, but powerful and strong. But I mean, like, there definitely should be a buffer zone when we're talking to people.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we got a. Do you want to go? You want to be so? If you're going for Nosferatu, here are some cool things that they can do. They can turn invisible, like instantaneously at a very high level. They can make other things invisible. They can so like very roguish actually. So the D&D world, like you're kind of playing a rogue. So this is your bread and butter already. You can control animals. You can make them do interesting things. You can have them scout out for you or climb in and like gnaw on the wire of something. Like you can bring spiders in to cover somebody's eyes if you want to.
Now we've
like-
got a rogue druid.
Druid, yeah.
right. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like you. If you get hit, it doesn't hit. You can soak some of that damage. So add a little bit of barbarian in there. They're very powerful. You'll have a great time playing them. It's really the interesting part comes from how do you feel about your either gift or curse, the way that you look at it. You know, so like we can start developing where that person came from and like their start off, but we'll jump from there. I just want to see. I'm trying to build a game right now in my head. So like, what type of where are you going from there?
So I like the kind of detective idea, but more along the lines of like the 1940 style detectives where they were
right.
badass too. And
All
they were-
right. So
they were
like
getting
the
into thick of
physical, yeah,
things
right.
with-
Beating out a confession and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Cool. So we're gonna go like massive faces, your kind of way. That way
Yeah.
you can change your appearance to be not horrific, but
Okay.
and then still get your information, your own.
Okay.
Do you work with law enforcement or are you kind of like a
I'm
like a
thinking,
freelancer?
Yeah, kind of working with law enforcement, having those connections. Like I said, that whole 40s kind of a thing where you have the connections with the law, but you work with the cops who are on take.
Sure.
And
when they need.
you also work with the mob.
All right.
So
So
you play both sides of that field.
so you're like a like almost a gun for hire, but you will only take jobs that further your gain.
Yeah.
So if you do something, get paid for it.
Yeah.
Never do it for free. Cool. I'm down.
And it doesn't have to be law abiding.
Yeah, right. No, it's just so what I need you to focus on in this downtime is what is that thing that, you know what I mean? Like, what's your mystery? Because you go on both sides of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is your mystery that you're going to, and it can be big. It can literally be like a Cthulhu. Because remember, you all die.
Right.
So I don't have to.
Right.
I don't
You
have
don't have to answer anything.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, I can J.J. Abrams this to fucking hell, ask all the coolest questions, make all the coolest set pieces, and then it's supposed to be, well, that didn't go the way I went. You know, I thought that was going to change. You know, so cool. So think about what your gumshoe. What have you obsessed about all of these years? Because there's got to be one thing. You let me know what that is, and I'll weave it in. All right. G. Okay. Do you think that you're like high power? Like, for example, I'll spin it to guys. Usually CEOs have like one of two obsessions when it comes to sex. It's either they want to dominate somebody to further what they already decided themselves so they don't feel like they have an imposter syndrome, or they go the other way and need to be dominated because their entire life is about being in charge and they just want to break.
Dom or sub?
Yeah, that's...
Or switch, really.
Yeah, you can definitely go to switch. I mean, like, let's figure out some of the bases.
We'll go ahead and stick with the play what you know, and we'll
We'll go switch? Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Get him, girl.
I love you so much, Margie.
So, Margie, you have the key. You
love you.
definitely in public dominant for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so appears Dom. So you have the key to your own lock. That works. That makes sense. Cool. Do you think like fashionista? Do you think that like you have an actual business that you work at, or like do you own something, or do you have a collective of something? Or how are you paid?
Right, definitely something in the music field.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Are you maybe like a
Like heavy music stuff.
cool? Do you think I just got a random idea? Do you think maybe you could be like a problem fixer, like when Van Halen didn't go to jail for killing that hooker? You're the person that took care of it. Something like that. Yeah, right.
Any politician ever?
Yeah, no shit.
Didn't get in trouble for dumping their shit in the Chicago.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
are
stuff
you
like that.
are you like a problem fixer? Like, are the reason that are you the reason the Kardashians are still propped up? Like,
I think it's definitely going to be something along the lines of deciding who makes it and who doesn't.
oh, you want to be a decision maker, not a problem fixer, a decision maker, a king creator.
Right.
Kingmaker.
Where no one knows.
Ah, okay.
Like not really a trendsetter, but more like influencer before influencers were a thing.
No, I get you. Yeah, you write the contracts.
Right.
Cool. And being a toreador, that means that you'd be at the top of a music label, so that when you turn on the radio, it was only the things that you enjoyed.
Right.
I'm down. That keeps you in the scene. That keeps you with a bunch of beautiful people. You get to have your art. It's definitely the new podcast world.
It's not that I own the company. It's that the people that own the companies listen to me.
Ah, okay. So true influencer. You have good taste.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
They wouldn't dare sign someone that I didn't say, yeah, those guys.
Yeah. In fact, you've blown up a radio tower when they didn't listen to you once. You were never charged with it, but they definitely think that's what happened.
Anytime they pick someone that I don't think is a good idea, they for some reason don't make it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. That means you have an employment, some problem fixers. All right. We're going to give you some.
Only the people that I like make it. And the ones
We're definitely going to give you some staff. That's cool. Some
You're gonna have lackeys.
yeah, you're gonna have some people underneath you. That's neat. That's cool. Cool. All right, so got here, we got there. You got your connections. You get probably connections pretty high up because you've done favors for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So you can get connections from the mob. You get connections to underground crime. What's your thoughts about communally? We'll back to you. What's your thoughts about the Camarilla? Like, are you for it or against it? Both sides. Remember, he didn't know any of these words before, too.
Right.
This evolves very quickly.
Yeah,
It's
the
fun.
lingo's not that hard to pick up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking that he would kind of be against the Camarilla because he wants to
Internal
be
goal.
able to go out and do what he wants to fucking do and not be held down by them or back.
Okay.
So to not be in fear of people finding out who or what I am because I go around so much.
Sure.
So I had a thought
Ooh.
for the character's kind of
Yeah.
drive, a long-term contract that he's been involved with
Okay.
from the Edison Corporation
Oh, you want to? Yes, you're one of Edison's men.
hunt and kill Tesla and all of his family.
You definitely are. That's exactly who you are. Yes.
It's like that would be really cool. I
I
can play
had-
the other side of my coin.
Yeah, that is neat. Wow, perfect. And you've been on this track for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since the mid 1800s.
Yeah, that is cool. Oh, that is neat. Okay, and you're in New York. You're starting because you guys chose Statue of Liberty, so that's your starting spot. Wow. Yep, that's pretty master stroke, bro. Yep, that's who you are. We'll work on it. Looks great.
Damn brain.
Yep. There we go.
And there would be no reason to play Sabat, right?
Oh, you can, man. This wasn't taken just from the Camarilla. You can go anti-Tribune all you want.
Something I will think about.
All right. I still need an idea from you because you're
I
the
know.
only one that
I know.
hasn't talked.
There's so many.
I know. You don't have to marry this. You just have to get close. Margie, what are your thoughts about the Camarilla? Remember, you don't have to marry. We're just kind of like spitballing.
Spitballing. I'm thinking that I don't. I like some of the people. I don't like some of the others. As long as they leave me alone, I don't care.
Big corporation would need at least some of larger government assistance. If you want to be, they'd be involved in your existence.
For sure. I'm not like openly against them. Like I'm not.
Not for, not opposed.
Definitely not either. I stay within the bounds of staying off their radar as much as I can,
Okay.
and have people that have asked favors of me, and I've asked favors of them.
Okay. So
Kind of.
a network back and forth. That's cool. I'm down. Chaotic neutral. All right. Cool. Good. All right. Let's go back to Spawn. How did Spawn become Spawn? Like, was he a military guy? Is that kind of what we're thinking?
Yeah, I think like previous assassin.
All right. Assassin. So not military.
Well, he was Spawn was originally military.
Yeah,
became an assassin. Yeah.
So I think I like to fall that way.
All right. Port of origin, baby. Where did he start from? Like, what's his nationality or her nationality? However you want to play.
I don't know. No, we'll play a dude this time. I don't even know.
It's just something to think about.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because that'll be a very different spy. Like an American spy will go through like a government program where, like a Middle Eastern spy would have more of like a guerrilla warfare that was kind of brought into them. A Russian spy would have like, think about like Red Sparrow. Some of the different, like maybe from birth they were taken to make it. So, what do you think about age? Like, what kind of age are you? Not like vampiric age. Like, how do you appear?
I'd say maybe appear in my 30s. Like mid age.
All right. So, do you think that you're?
Pardon?
Or don't they usually come off pretty old though, or no?
Oh no, you could be a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's all up to you.
You could be like 1,000 years old and still be 12.
Like you stop aging at the time that you're turned.
Got it.
Yeah, the reason I asked that question is I'm trying to figure out.
I figure
So-
if he was a previous assassin, like I feel like
So in your actual life, before this happened, you were an assassin. So if you're an old vampire, let's think about you could be like an Egyptian fucking assassin, like killing Ramsey the Third and shit like that. I mean, like you could be
King Tut.
Yeah, King Tut. You could be the reason. Like, I mean, think about some of these cool, like, or the assassination of like maybe you're like the descendant, or what put.
A2 Brute.
Exactly, that's where I was going. That's
Right.
actually like who put the dagger? Who put the dagger
The
in
first
Brutus's?
dagger.
I mean,
Yeah.
like hands. Like, bro, like think about these. Think about this kind of cool shit. I mean, like you're not just a hero when these
Nefertiti or
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like when these capsules come up and all of you land, you guys are terrifying monsters looking at each other, and there just happens to be a bigger monster up in the sky. You're not a fucking hero. Or you fought against your vampire curse. That could be too. I mean, like it just depends on how you want to do these cool
You've
things.
also got like ancient Rome, the medieval
Greece.
times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you could have fought the Knights of the Round
Yeah.
Table.
You could have been
Something like
a assassin for hags that were trying to kill kings. You know what I mean? Like because hags are real. I mean that's a thing. You know what I mean? Like there are magic practitioners, and back then they just would have been.
I may have dated a couple of those.
Yeah, right. We all get through. Yeah, I mean, like you could be, extension of that doing their bidding, or you could just have your own, like maybe. So you're playing a Nosferatu, right?
Yeah.
So, and you want to be at your 30s. So,
Yeah.
and you want to
Mid-age.
get to having training before your 30s. So you can think about like Japanese assassins, like a fucking ninja, especially because like you can disappear, right? I mean, like that's I mean that's part of the things that you can do. You can fucking ninja vanish poof, and fucking just be
Old
gone.
samurai warrior.
Yeah, I mean like that.
Old samurai. That would be
Yeah,
cool
right.
as hell.
And you wanted the armor, like dude, you could
Yeah.
just you
Oh, yeah, you
just
definitely get the mask.
Yeah, you would have
full-
the mask.
that
Yeah.
works.
Or
Yeah.
ninja.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not trying to
Right,
push
right.
you in a direction. I'm just trying to give you like some of the ideas of like where it could go. Like so,
Now, is
assassination.
our group a group before we
well,
have
that's
the situation?
That's some of the
or-
next. This
Okay.
part of the next part of it is like is just like, do any of you know each other? I mean, mercenaries know mercenaries.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
that's kind of what I was wondering if it's like they just went out and they got these random people, we captured them and put them into this cells, and we wake up and now we have to get to know each other and form a group, or if they captured all of us as a group.
well, I'll leave it up to you guys. I mean, you're at my table, so like, is it fun? Is it cooler if you guys were trying to like literally cripple the U.S.? Like, did you guys all just get together and be like, fucked? Like, maybe you guys are the reason the original reason the Ottoman Empire actually fell. Like this could be like a Black Hand like group that have been friends and comfortable with each other for a long time, and have like been some of the pieces that have like brought down governments in the past, or like
I'm
made.
thinking
Like,
that might make the story easier because we're limited to the 8 weeks. So if we start off as a group, we all know each other already. We don't have to worry about doing that group building
Right.
kind of a thing.
right.
We just
Hit the ground
right
running.
into it.
So like when you wake up and you see him without his mask, you would understand how insulting that is. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that, like the amount of like dishonor that he's been paid.
Right.
And like, so you would instantly understand like this is fucked up and we're getting.
I'm totally gonna come on to him though. That's gonna be my.
That's fine. All right. Yeah. That
there you
is
go.
awesome. You're gonna love this. She is amazing. She's one of my favorites. She's one of my people of chaos. Cool,
up
cool,
so
cool.
fast.
Like you can, but you,
great.
It's
but you
the
can see how this is already building, right? Like this is, yeah,
It's the M names.
What he looks like.
yeah.
It's this thing that like, yeah, I do know. He's fucking gorgeous. You would not believe it.
Yeah.
He has to do that like avoid all the attention he would get otherwise.
Sure, because you're a tortor, you get to be obsessed with whatever the fuck you want. So that is fan fucking tastic.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. God, we got yes. I'm loving. You're the only person
I
that's
know.
not providing.
And I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
No, you can't be stuck. All right.
Well, because I started to kind of flirt with the idea of maybe playing something very alien in a Simichi.
You can. This would be the one time I would allow it.
However, they are known as grudge bearers. And get this. So long as the Simichi have claimed domain, they have been in conflict with those who seek to take it from them, which is very often everyone. In particular, Simichi have long-standing hostilities toward the Tremere, Gangrel, and Nosferatu, of which we have 2 in the party. So
Yeah, but if you guys have already established friendships, like you don't need to like. If you have because I believe that's the way that everyone wants to go, like in an already established group. And
yeah,
when I
but
get into
this is pretty. It's pretty
specific.
It's pretty deep. Yeah, they see Nosferatu as usurpers of the blood
All
and
right.
as interlopers in territories.
Well, then
so
why don't we take a 5
that's
here? I need to
probably
use the
off.
restroom anyway, so I'll give you a little bit more time with the book, and I can start walking Sean down the
well, we don't have to go
ridiculousness
through
of.
like line by line character creation
Yeah, right. Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We've got some general ideas.
Yep. So, but I do want to come back, talk about this, talk about the setting, talk about what happened, and then we can
then we'll wrap?
finish. Yeah. So we'll take a 5 here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here at Vampires and Vitae. We'll be back in 5. All right, welcome on back to Vampires and Vitae. We're just trying to figure out exactly who we're going to be in this next campaign. All right, so I think that a good place to go, because we're going to go straight over to Melinda. So we got a muscle wish, Sean. That's kind of what you're thinking of, like brutal, or you more sneaky, like ninja-y, or more like samurai stand-up.
No, more samurai stand up.
All right, cool. So you got your meat shield there. All right, we got our investigator over here with Roger, somebody that is trying to figure out different things. There we go. Yeah, Sam Spade. That's Maltese Falcon. Perfect. There we go.
Nice.
Love it. We got a face with Margie, somebody that can get you guys into the room, somebody to be more of your, like your political feel, be able to push people's emotions, be able to get things to go your way. So like you're like the ascertainer of what the equipment and everything that you guys are going to need to have to continue your story. So you got a muscle, you got a intrigue, you've got a face. What role do you want to do? You want to do like a caster? Do you want to go like?
No, I don't want to do anything that has to do with magic or anything metaphysical this time, because my last two characters, magic, and this one, and Esther currently speaks through the veil and all of that kind of stuff.
All right, so no magic. So we're not going to go glass cannon with you.
Yeah, no.
All right, so
Maybe free Ventru.
you're Ventru.
No, free Ventru. So I have disassociated myself from the Camarilla altogether.
So like Anarch.
Yeah, an Anarch Ventru basically is what it would be.
Okay, so you would be a leader. You'd be the Ventru would be like the heart of the group. You'd be able to wrestle this ragtag group into a single cause.
Right.
Okay. All right. So we're looking at since we are using A Team, we're talking about what's his name? Sorry, in a while. A Team, the guy that was in charge of everything.
Oh, that's
Sarge.
Hannibal.
Yeah, Hannibal. Yeah. So you're looking for like a Hannibal type character.
I'll be
Hannibal
BA.
Smith.
Yeah.
You'll be what?
I'll be BA Baraka.
There you go. I love it. Yeah. Let's lean into A Team, man. All right. Cool. All right. So you're gonna go Ventru. You're gonna go radical Ventru.
So that would make Margie face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that leaves me with
exactly.
Murdoch.
Yep. You're Murdoch.
that's awesome.
That's cool. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Upside down too. Cannon. I'll give you a free trait. You can fly helicopters. All right. Trust me, you're going to need to travel. So I need a flyer anyway. Cool. All right. So we're looking at free Ventru. You playing guy or girl this time?
Oh, it'd be female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We're talking about like big cigar. Are we going action movie classic or? Yeah. You got to have the cigar.
Yeah, I mean, I could.
You love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah.
Um,
You either have to say that every episode, or you have to have a cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
oh God,
make your
could
choice.
double down and do both.
Yeah.
Except that our plans are
Kindred,
not
there's
going to
no
come
difference.
together.
Like kindred here, don't trade.
Like, think about it. Get out of the book. 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 Come on. I'll throw things at you. Get
No,
out
I
of the
know.
book.
I'm trying.
I know. So we like this venture idea. This sounds great. Fantastic. Why do all of these people look to you to make the plan come together? Venture, of course, that makes sense. But like, what is it about you? Are you the most stable?
Oh God, am I going to play straight this campaign?
Are you? Are you gonna play stable?
Right? What? Really?
You know, stable.
I don't know if I know how to play a stable character.
So like,
It's
think
gonna be
maybe
exactly the opposite of Esther.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, right.
and Anna, to be
Yeah, right.
honest.
Think Suicide Squad. Their leader, their military guy.
Yeah.
Because he had a lot going on, but like he still was like respected by the other crazies around him, but he still was governed by certain.
Principles.
Deadshot?
Yeah, right. No, the lead guy.
military
Just
guy.
the military guy.
Yeah, I can't remember his
Can't
name.
remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's Deadshot. That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
This would be more the military dude, or yeah, Will Smith could work too because he does lead them. You know what I mean, like that, and I can see that being a Ventru. Yeah.
Only if you go around slapping people.
Yeah, right. I think that. I think that.
If that's the reference,
took
you
a
slap a
second to
lot of
land,
people.
but I got it.
Yes, it did for Chris Rock too. But
Oh, jeez. Oh no. Dear,
no,
dear,
not
dear.
no. The next day it wasn't too soon. Like we slapped a person at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Will, if you ever want to join our podcast, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, like we'll happily have you.
Imagine.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
God, I'd prefer Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I had a D&D game. Chris Rock. He's like, God.
Animated.
You know what I want to do? This is what I want to do. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
like Chris Rock would be great. His speech pattern is one of the most iconic in the world. All right.
Could she have been?
It's the Lady of Roses. I don't think I'm saying that right, but with the stonemasons.
I guess they were all dudes, right?
No. That's what I'm talking about. There's a full female led cast of the Masons.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to do that many backflips to make something work. So
They're Celtic. They're Irish. They're really neat. It's the sisters of this They're a very cool part of actual history. They exist today. Something of the Sacred Rose. I think the Sacred Rose that sticks out. Yeah, the Freemasons have this order.
I thought
which
that was
would-
the Order of the Eastern Star. Is that what you're thinking of?
I believe Rose is in the name, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I went down that rabbit hole. So
Because the Order of the Eastern Star, and please correct me, comment, whatever, if you need to, if you know this for sure. But it seems to me that the Order of the Eastern Star were like hired prostitutes for the Masons who were building the pyramids.
that could be a thing, and you know what? If that's how you want to start it, I'll make
So
that canon. It
I
doesn't
would've-
matter if
I
that's the
would've-
name.
So I would have been a madame.
Remember, I am God. So yeah, you can. You're talking to him.
So I was a pimp.
You can pimp out. Yeah.
Nice.
So you're a Ventru pimp.
Belled against the Camarilla.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a fuzzy hat. You know that, right?
I'm not wearing a fuzzy hat. You
do-
always give me stupid hats. I'm not doing it.
Needs a feather.
Women of the Knights Templar.
Have you noticed that most of my characters have stupid hats? They do.
I didn't
Like-
deep dive into it. I just
Oh, there was a
Or
nunnery.
props of any
Yeah.
sort.
Yes.
in Australia
Yeah.
or Austria.
True story, though. You give me a cane, I'll. The first time we did LARP, everyone actually thought I was disabled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Temple of Solomon. Order of the Temple of Solomon.
So, lady pimp, pimpette,
Yeah, I think I might go with
pimpette,
pimp at the time of the building of the first
or is it
pyramid.
just pimp? Does pimp not have gender?
No, I don't think it has.
It's just
gender.
descriptive.
No, there
Yeah.
could be female pimps.
Bitches
Yeah.
can be pimps.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Straight up. All right.
Done.
So,
Madams, there we go.
Yeah.
Madam.
That's usually who runs the houses,
brothel.
The body
brothels,
houses, yeah.
All
Pimps are
right.
generally- pimps are generally your street people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They send muscle, and that's part of the fee. That makes sense. All right. Cool. All right. So the reason that you can handle all these people because of handling all those crazy individuals to start off with.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine it's easy to take care of a group of prostitutes.
The title
They have
of-
some issues.
Militissa, as a female knight, was the order of the glorious Saint Mary founded in Bologna, Italy.
Well,
in 1233.
Militissa just became my name, so
Nice.
Yeah, by definition. So
Yeah.
you were the first Militissa.
The middle one there.
I am Militissa.
Is Militissa tricking us out? Like, should we
Yeah. Well, you're pumping the wares,
be
right?
careful?
Right?
She ain't gonna pimp us out. We're ugly as fuck.
Yeah, right. No, but that's the muscle. That's what we were just talking about. Female pimps don't go out. She sends her muscles. Two Nosferatu badasses? Hell yeah. All right.
You can click on the link if you want. I don't care.
No.
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 I would think because of my my past, I would probably have a very deep and very profound respect for the work that you do.
Yeah, she's looking at like a beautiful stallion that she wants to keep in the wild. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like she's become a cultivator. That makes sense. That's cool. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So we got plan maker, we got face, we got muscle, we got intrigue. So you're gonna play rogue, or do you want to switch that? You want to play rogue, or do you want to play rogue? One of the two of you have to go muscle. If you want to do samurai, that's going to be muscle. that's going to make you a rogue?
It doesn't matter
works
to
for
me.
me.
I mean,
Cool.
yeah.
Because we don't want two Nosferatu that are just completely overlapped. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we'll go more into the Mask of a Thousand Faces for you that allows you to fuck with publics and blah, blah, blah. You don't give a shit because you're always in your armor. So we'll spec out there for the, I think it's potence and animalism.
So
Go
saying,
well.
I'm kind of picturing the
So you'll go,
character wearing the long duster, like
Yeah,
you're saying.
yeah.
But instead of having just like the Panama Jack fedora
Sure.
and sort of leaning into that, he's got one of those big pimp fedoras. with the
Sure,
wide
I
brim
like
so
it.
He can keep it
Yeah,
down
keep it
low and
down.
hide the face.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm completely down. I'm seeing all of that. That's great. All right, cool. Then her music people, so you'd have celebrities that can show up, which would be really funny. Actually, to tell you the truth, I had a moment of like Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise fighting back to bat at the end of the world, like the two celebrities you'd probably want to have around. Like they probably can shoot guns, and so anyway, that could be interesting. All right.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No Tom Cruise.
He
All right,
does his own
Keanu.
stunts, though.
Well, then I'll bring the Keanu. I'll bring the Keanu.
Yeah, you can.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Right. Whoa. Yeah. Cool. Actually, yeah. Here we go. Margie, what celebrity female is like your best bitch, also a badass bitch, and like will be ride to die with you? Like powerful vampire that's one of your original that is like you just fell off the face of the earth that will, when you come back up, give me one female that like you want to be your celebrity that you want to be, because we're giving you staff. So
Oh, you know who it should be?
Tiffany Haddish.
When I'm
Sandra
bad, I'm
Bullock.
even better. Mae West.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I was thinking somebody current, but yeah, it would make more sense for it to be somebody old. What?
Marilyn Monroe.
I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
she sure as shit is, and she was like all sex kitten and was unapologetic about it.
actually, Marilyn Monroe is not a bad choice. Neither is Betty Page because they both died young.
True,
So
And
That
both
as well.
so fucking hot.
right?
yeah,
Oh my god.
I mean, Betty. That's what I mean. Like, atta girl. So I get to play Betty. That's fucking awesome. I love that. So
Here's the kicker, though. So, on the Switch,
yeah, she's the doc. Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Fair
all
the
right.
fuck enough.
All right.
All right,
Could have
done.
went with Betty Boop and have Robbie have to do Betty Boop's voice.
Boop boop be doop. God, no one would even get the reference. Yeah, so cool. Betty Page. So that's going to be like your lead liaison when you come back to the world. So when you reach back out, Betty has always been looking for you. That's cool. That'll get you back into your system of individuals that are important in the world. Do you have military contracts, or are you just kind of like this group became your family or not became your family? Like, do you do this for your own reasons, or like is this an honor-based thing? For example,
I
he has an outstanding contract that he never finished. Like that becomes his driving force for the Edison men.
Yeah, like for me, like I feel like the samurai background being like the honorable
Okay.
person that might work. Like he's I don't know, not defending. Like he's just
At some point, these guys took you out of hot water. You made a promise,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then this is the
here's-
promise that you'll go through.
Yeah, and remember, you don't have to be the hero, so you're
Right.
you're honor bound to whatever you want to be honor bound
Right,
to,
yeah.
and go whichever direction.
Yeah, or these people could have like killed the person that you were trying to kill, or helped you like get to like you could have achieved your goal of whatever anger you had from the past, and these were the people that got you there. So now that you have accomplished your vindication, you feel vindicated. So now this is just the people you hang out with.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, like if you had a target and lost track of them, my character could have helped you to find
Find it,
because he's
yeah.
a detective
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
what we got?
and Nosferatu.
This is my opportunity to play my warrior nun. So I have to go Templar.
Nice.
right?
All right.
I've been talking about it for ages
Were
because
you
I
wearing
wanted.
a habit?
So I wanted. Well,
Did you put yourself in a stupid hat?
I didn't. Yeah, right. No. She is going to wear like a I don't know what they're called.
white
but you
collar?
can pull, no, the ones that you can pull up. And
Oh,
she'll
okay.
have a hood that she can pull up, so you only see like this part of her face.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a habit, but the bottom part of the habit comes up over the face.
Right.
Where are we putting the cigar?
We'll talk about the cigar later. But because I've now
Yeah, yeah,
engaged
yeah.
with something.
Yeah,
So if I do the warrior nun thing, I can tie that very, very easily into the Knights Templar, and perhaps in the 1300s, the 1200s, even I could have had a run in with Cain, and
You
that's
wanna
why
bring Cain into this story?
No, it's not why I want to bring Cain into the story, but it could be,
I'll do it.
it could be why I
Fine.
left the order.
Oh, you literally
you're-
got tempted by the devil. You
Right.
literally
Right,
got
so you're
tempted
an
by the
actual
devil.
nun, and then met Cain.
Cain.
And
Yeah. I'm
Right.
down. I can
And
do
was
that.
like, oh, there's
You
so
have
much
one
more.
Oathbreaker.
Yeah,
Oh, you have one crazy night.
right.
Well, that's fair.
Ooh, okay. I'll have to find out. I'll have to figure out exactly how to shake that out. but-
There's a rule in Vampires, the Masquerade. There's like only one rule: you never play Cain. Like you just don't. So I played Cain for 2 years, like without anyone knowing. Like yeah, so yeah, it's there's a reason why it's like when you bring a deity or something, like no matter what you do, like it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
Like because it can't hit that level. So my version of Cain like decided to adopt a child and got rid of all of his biggest powers. Like he had all these little fetishes and little items and knickknacks and blah 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 that like held the full potential of him.
Yeah.
So he like reduced himself down to be able to walk like a more human path with Anna, which was I'm sure that you'll hear about. All right, so we got, but you're still playing leader, right? Because I need to start.
Yeah. No,
crafting
that's
stuff
fine.
around
I just I'm just because that way, as with a like a warrior nun kind of thing, I think that because God with a capital G is so influential over this game, in general,
Yeah.
I think that
it's based on the Christian faith. There's no way to divorce yourself from it.
She
Right.
could be the penguin from the Blues Brothers. We're on a mission from God.
Yeah, a mission. There we go.
Right.
There's
But-
a Chicago tie.
but instead of a mission from God, she's on a mission from Cain,
Sure.
and that is
Who-
to stop
Could
Set.
still be to her God.
So
Yeah.
who got us all together? I'm actually leaning towards Margie. I think that because
I'm putting together a group. See?
Yeah, right. So like because I can see like you being in the industry, you being like modern, like the rest of them don't seem very modern to me. So you feel like the most modern because like you're a record exec, not a record exec, but like even more like a kingmaker, a choice sampler. I like that. That's fine. Are you the talent scout that found all these guys?
Secret proclivity for the Smiths. I found them all at Smiths concerts.
Oh,
I can
Okay.
deal with that. I can deal with that for Tyler. Yeah.
all right. Yes,
I can deal with
this
that.
one's for you, Tyler.
Yeah.
So your music may sound like, the Journey, but this time it was the Smiths. All right. Maybe you had a hand in it too. I'll do the lore to make that sense.
I had their reputation preceded them.
Okay. So I think the bond there to start off with, I really like the idea of the gumshoe helping you get to your thing. You didn't have enough resources to really bring down the thing that you wanted to bring down. You needed a team. She was aware that all of you kind of had an idea, a common thing. The only thing that was missing was the person that could put the plan into action.
Right.
Boom. And then that happened. That means that this group was made around the 1970s, 72, 73.
For the Smiths, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, We'll do a little bit of more research on the Smiths and get some actual stuff.
All the concerts in all the towns.
Yeah,
all
I
the
mean,
world,
in
she had
London,
to walk in
I mean,
line.
like, honestly, because you guys will go back to London, because I'm going to have some fun, you know, like, for people from season 1, a lot of time was spent in London, so you will have a brief step of, like, maybe 2 of the 8, which will be a lot, in London, like, dealing with the fallout of Team 3 in, like, what happened on the side of all of that. So I'm telling a lot of the stories that weren't told, that, you know, the fallout of when they just like leave and they're like, what the fuck are you going to do with that? You know, like that's kind of going to be some of the fun parts is to reveal some of the backstory that just was never got on air.
One side I might get to stream.
There
Oh,
we go.
wow.
We are multi crossing borders, baby.
That's
I like
exciting.
that.
All right, but
All right.
does that give us enough of a jumping off point for everybody to?
Yeah, I can write now.
You can
I mean,
write now,
like,
and we
yeah.
can start working on character creation and all that stuff.
I mean, I already have set pieces in
Yeah,
place.
we
but
can get
like,
into the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Fantastic, guys. Yep. Thank you so much for joining us at Vampires and Vitae. We know this is a little bit of a jump for you guys to go from a very long campaign, but this is going to be in the same universe. Can't wait to see you here. I'm obviously very excited about it. Tyler, we miss you. Can't wait for you to come back. But the table will always have a seat for you. Just remember, take a big bite at life.
That's all.
Hold on. Hang on, I got to hit the stop button.
I just hit a pose, though. Now I just look like a
Now
idiot.
you look foolish.
Yes.
But you didn't hold it, so it wasn't freeze framed.